is Kitley against Ali in the middle, and we are underway.
How many times do you think Kitley has tipped the ball to Kayla King in her life?
Absolutely. Going all the way back to 9th grade. Rose Mishaw misses. Stick back falls for the Minnesota transfer.
Now, Rose Mishaw is gotten off to kind of a slow start this season. I had her last year when she was at Minnesota in a game at Virginia. She's a talented young lady, still learning to play a little bit more in the high post than she did for Minnesota.
Drive is no good from D. Collins. There to watch out for HCU, second team All-Southland last season. Swatted over to Eck. Here's Kayla King. George Amoore, fresh off the 31-point performance, misses there. Bounces out of bounds and overruled over to HCU.
One thing that jumps out at me so far is Mishaw just being so active. She scored that first time, got the rebound on the defensive end, and that time almost kept that ball alive for the Hokies.
Yeah, only played 8 minutes against the Hawkeyes at the Spectrum Center last week.
It was tough. The Hawkeyes played 4 guards all night long, so it was tough for the Hokies to play 2 posts.
There's a block from Kayla King. Amoore goes against the screen, pulls up, and nothing but net.
She's a good shooter, but she's even a better scorer. She invents ways. Little floater off one leg that time on the baseline.
McGuire down low to Ollie, no good.
Kitley's size is really going to be a problem for the Huskies.
You can say that in most of these non-conference games. Kayla King wide open from throw length. Nothing but nylon for the graduate student.
Yeah, great job by Kayla King, but a really good pass by Georgia Amoore, creating that opening for Kayla.
Huskies 1-2 on the season, coming off of a win against St. Thomas. Had a 2-point loss to Sam Houston State. There's McGuire from Mars, no good.
McGuire sisters.
A handoff to Mishaw. 9-0 run to start this one for Tech.
Yeah, you kind of had a feeling Kenny Brooks would have them ready after the Iowa disappointment.
Backing out. Kennedy Wilson, another one of those returners for Donna Finney's squad. Shot clock down to 7, and good. So McGuire opens up the scoring, the junior from Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Yeah, nice moves. The shot clock went down, little dribble, bumped the defender a little bit, created some space.
Here's Eck from downtown.
I'm telling you, I don't know that I can name better shooters than her in the ACC. She is outstanding. Mom in attendance, been here all week.
Making the trip from Sweden. Oh, she had some shows downloaded to watch on the flight, or maybe a book to read. What do you think?
I think both.
Yeah, hopefully. Good, impressive shot from Collins.
Collins in a first made 3 of the year. Second team Southland preseason.
See if Kayla King can do it again. Inbounds play coming up. Now Kenny Brooks looking on from the sideline. The 8th season head coach out of James Madison. What a year last year. 2023 ACC champions, got all the way to the Final Four.
And Bailey, they've gotten better every year under Kenny Brooks. If they get better this year, we've really got something to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. Well, this Virginia Tech program with a lot of momentum as shot falls for the Huskies. But playing in those nationally broadcast games, obviously with the tournament, but playing against Iowa and now also having a game against the defending national champions coming up in LSU, going down to Baton Rouge. There's Mishaw, left-handed floater.
Nice job, Mishaw, off to a great start. You like to see that for the newcomer.
Allison trying to work against Amoore here. McGuire with a long two. Flush.
Wow. A lot of confidence right there. Houston Christian coming off their first win of the season after dropping the first two.
Zip down low. Kitley was wide open.
Nice ball reversal right there. Kitley comes across a little screen in the paint, wide open.
Virginia Tech started this one out on a 9-0 run. HCU fighting back a bit. Pass was telegraphed by McGuire. Here she comes. Nope, bringing us to a break here. Hokies up 16-10.
We're going to see a lot of long-range shots from both teams tonight here in Cassell.
And different cultures to learn the things about what we eat, different dialects and languages. It's just cool to be able to have a college team that's so diverse but integrates together so well. Guys.
Thanks, Kendall. Yeah, we talked with Coach Finney about Scotland, and then, Mac, I had to ask about haggis, which is like their national dish.
What did she say?
Donna Finney was not a fan. She was not a fan at all. And it's funny, she was like, yeah, it's pretty much made of everything that's sort of just left over after the sheep has, and I was like, oh, you kind of just described the hot dog then. And she was like, oh, maybe not the same.
I don't think I've ever really talked to anybody that liked it, to be honest.
In her 11th season down in Houston.
First international coach to coach in Division I. That's amazing, and she has helped a lot of coaches since getting here.
There's Georgia Amoore.
You think those two, you think the roommates cooked that one up with the between the legs assist?
All smiles from Georgia Amoore. Comes that size mismatch that has plagued so many of these non-conference games with Liz Kitley down low. And she'll go to the line. That's Amy Cotton.
This one will be on every show.
Oh.
That's outstanding. That might be one of the best things I've ever seen in this building.
And just like that, getting right back on defense. A quick point, and then we got more stuff to do for Georgia Amoore and Liz Kitley.
Amy Cotton did a good job of battling down low. She says a size disadvantage, only 6 feet tall, the Australian.
Well, 7-point game, 19-12. Summiel, the transfer from Wake Forest, and Kitley gets fouled.
Summiel coming off a really good game defensively and rebounding the basketball against Iowa. She got extended minutes in that game by playing so well, and an early look here for her to play alongside Kitley.
D. Collins back in. Yeah, so many new faces for Virginia Tech, and we started out the broadcast talking about Eck as well as Carly Wenzel, but it really goes to what Kenny Brooks told us, and he said, we don't know who we are yet. And you would think a team that went to the Final Four, just a casual fan would assume, our identity is built. But with so many new players, there's still a lot of work to be done to defend or really define that identity.
Got to find out who we can trust. And it's a pretty good group to draw from, starting with those 3 transfers.
Tip ball, no Hokies there to get it. And McGuire will try to reset. So all of those players from the Power 5 conferences making their way in, a couple from the Big Ten. Turnover forced by the Hokies.
The second McGuire sister in there, Erin McGuire, couldn't quite control that pass.
Yeah, her older sister, Enya McGuire, already hitting a couple of buckets here. Erin McGuire, the redshirt freshman. Anna Fields, another freshman now in for HCU. Turnaround.
No answer from Houston Christian, and not a lot of people have an answer for the 2-time Player of the Year, trying to become a 3-time ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah, there's only been a couple of players in ACC history that have done that. Liz Kitley, the preseason ACC Player of the Year, she would become Part of that small sorority, becoming the third player ever to do so. And get a look at him here. Beard and Thomas from Duke and Maryland.
Legends, as will Kitley be.
Look at Kayla King following her shot. Kitley playing well off of that to swat it over to her as well.
Okay, so I got a little diversity in my game. I'm not just a one-trick pony.
And back on defense here as well with the Hokies up 25-12. Good hard-fought bucket from Joe Ollie. I think that Hannah Fields, actually. King again. The ball back to the Huskies.
Number 13, Clara Strack.
So Clara Strack coming in to relieve Liz Kitley, the freshman 6'5" center. And this is a player to watch out for the next couple of years, Mac.
Really talented, had a great summer, played well on the overseas trip. Hokie fans are going to like her in a hurry.
There she is on defense now, forcing the walk and a turnover for the Huskies.
Checking in for your Hokies, number 11, Matilda Eck.
So with Strack getting some minutes, these are some important non-conference games to get some of those players a little bit more keen to the college game. Strack got in for less than a minute against Iowa and pulled down a rebound, but now getting likely some valuable minutes here against HCU. Bounce again for Strack, and she's got the bucket.
Kenny Brooks has to learn which players he can trust in these stressful situations of game action.
Yeah, this is a bit of a different look for Virginia Tech right now, because you're watching this Hokies team and you see 4 of the 5 players were not playing for Virginia Tech last year. Of course, there's the big returner running the point down to Wenzel. Well, we talked about it. We knew she was money from 3. She's got her first one tonight.
Backing up those first 2 game performances early in this one. Nine points average in those first 2 games. We talked about it being a small sample size, but she looks like she's trying to back it up, Bailey.
Trying to get it done on defense as well. Clock running down, a block. See if Eck can get up a half-court heave here. And that will be it, 30-16 at the end of the first quarter.
And the Huskies, 16.
We talked about Carly Wenzel in the top. You see her knocked down to 3 on the nice pass from Georgia Amoore.
So far tonight, 5 points.
7 assists,
7 assists. That is nuts. Good night for Georgia Amoore.
Carly Wenzel with a little point guard action here.
And Amoore getting a break. Harris Baker into the game for the first time as well. And Liz Kitley, we've seen that move about 1,000 times over the course of the last 5 years.
Nice high-low pass right there.
There's Baker, the freshman, working on Hannah Fields, another freshman, and draws a foul.
Virginia Tech foul on number 10, Harris Baker. That is her first personal foul.
Baker, the freshman from Connecticut.
Another impressive freshman. Can really shoot the basketball. An embarrassment of riches when it comes to shooting the 3 for the Hokies.
There's a block. Trying to pick it back up, and a good defensive stand down low for the Hokies.
Strack with an assist on one end and a block shot on the other.
Once again, down low to Kitley. This time doesn't go, but Eck gives it right back to her. Off of the screen, Wenzel. Step back, no good. Couple of offensive rebounds already on this possession, and Baker will go to the line.
Yeah, we talked about what a good shooter Baker is, but she can take it off the dribble too.
Nope, Baker's father, Vin, four-time NBA All-Star. I mean,
pretty darn good.
Pedigree.
Pretty darn good.
And checking in for the Huskies, number 13, Tove Caesar.
Coming out of Hartford, was a first-round draft pick.
A big lineup on the floor right now for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, with both Strack and Kitley.
Baker, 6'2", also. Got Eck out there. She's listed at 6 feet. Seems bigger to me. Carly Wenzel at 6 feet.
Dribbling in, no good. And that's Joe Ollie off of the layup.
Oh, that was a nice move by Ollie. It's hard to get it over the outstretched hands of Liz Kitley.
Cross court for Baker. Yes!
Yes, Baker!
And another assist by Matilda Eck.
Well, the Hokies cooking so far here in the first half, 37-16. Virginia Tech 5 of 9 from downtown to start it.
For 38 points in the opening game in the first quarter, 30 tonight.
A loose ball collected, and the Hokies bail it out.
Another block shot by Clara Strack.
Karis Baker trying to do it again. Going down low and a block. Stays with HCU.
It's a nice play, but a better block by Liz Kitley running the floor.
Also checking in for your Hokies, number 5, Georgia.
Liz
Amoore.
Kitley, she's done this more than a few times. One of the best all-time shot blockers in ACC women's basketball history.
Yeah, wrapping up a big career here, and that's why it made such big news for Liz Kitley there in April after the season had ended. Kayla King said she was coming back. Liz Kitley said it about a day later that she was going to return for Virginia Tech, and then all of a sudden, looks like the pieces are there for the Hokies to try to make another national run. But, you know, a lot of Virginia Tech fans just can kind of think, oh, another tournament run will happen as an and one falls for Liz Kitley. But it's a long season, and it takes a lot to have that much success as they did last year.
Yeah, it does, and a whole lot of things have to come into play for Kenny Brooks to repeat that run that they had, that magical run that they had all the way to Dallas, and a lead late in the semifinal against LSU. But there are a lot of really good pieces on the floor, and if you're going to start over, why not start with one of the best centers in the country, one of the best point guards in the country, and one of the best shooters in the country? If you only have 3, that's a good 3.
Right. Well, Georgia Amoore, obviously Caitlin Clark gets a ton of the well-deserved hype, but even Caitlin Clark, after playing in that Iowa game, said, well, you know, there's no doubt that Georgia Amoore is one of the best guards in the country. Maya Suffren into the game for the first time. Here's Suffren. Dribbles to the elbow. Got the roll.
The freshman out of Charlotte she's a dynamic athlete, kind of a combo guard.
A long 3 and an air ball. Huskies just trying to get something going. And Caesar with a miss.
It's a well-coached team. 2 years ago, won the Southland Conference regular season, got beat in the tournament and ended up playing the WNIT.
First time they've ever made the postseason. Georgia Amoore with a bit of a shrug there.
Georgia doing Georgia things. 7 points, 7 assists.
Hokies defensively still locking it down. Look at Suffren, the freshman with a pickpocket move. A lot of momentum going the other way. Kick it around for Eck.
Does a nice job of getting back by Houston Christian.
Here comes Eck. Can't get the roll. Mishaw with the offensive board. And one.
She's been so much more aggressive tonight. I know Kenny Brooks is loving that.
Oh, so is this Cassell crowd. Well, like we said, just didn't have those good matchups to let her in the game for that long against Iowa. So you know she's got to be chomping at the bit, Mac, to try to make a big play, and she certainly did right there.
You and I see it all the time. This is so much a game of matchups. Who can impose their will on the opponent? Iowa played those 4 guards, and the Hokies had a little bit of a size advantage. But really tough to defend 4 guards out on the perimeter. Especially when one of them's named Caitlin Clark.
There's the Euro step, no good. Trying to drive in. Matani picked up the ball, but a foul is called down low.
Yeah. On Liz Kitley.
Virginia Tech foul.
Kitley was tangled up with a player on the floor.
That's her first personal foul. Second team foul. Checking in number 13, Clara Strack.
Clara Strack getting some more minutes.
As well as number 22, Kayla King.
King coming back out as well. McGuire running the point. See if the Huskies can muster up a high percentage look here. And Kayla King needs to hand in, and the possession arrow points the way of the Hokies.
9 of the 10 Hokies who have played have already scored tonight here in the late in the first half.
Amoore with 7 points, 7 assists. Kitley leading all scorers with 11. Oh, wow. Swinging around for King. Return Amoore. And the ball goes to HCU. 46-16. Hokies up big and shooting well, Mac.
Yeah, and Georgia Amoore is the reason for that, not only in her shooting the basketball, but in getting everyone else open too.
Again, the All-American responsible for that.
She's off to a really good start. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 out of 6 from the floor. Then to the free throw line. Liz Kitley doing Liz Kitley kind of things. And she has done them consistently through her career.
Yeah, look at these last 3 years for the Hokies, all at 18 points a game for really maybe the biggest star in Virginia Tech history. And that leaves off her freshman year, that 2019-2020 season, where she averaged 12 points a game and 7 rebounds per game. So she's done it consistently now for 5 years.
Great job by our graphics people. That's one of the most amazing stats I've ever seen.
Just being able to do it year in, year out. And, well, that consistency has also amounted to Virginia Tech winning a lot more games. That first season for the Hokies, there was no NCAA tournament, but if you remember back then, Mac, Virginia Tech would have made the NCAA tournament that year. There wasn't one. And then the next year, and since then, the Hokies have made it every season Kitley's been here.
Yeah, the Kenny Brooks factor.
Swing down low, Clara Strack.
And Mishaw with the assist. Her second or third of the game. She also picked up her 5th rebound down there to go along on the defensive end, to go along with 8 points.
Yeah, the transfer from Minnesota really has been aggressive. And she's coming off of a year with the Gophers where she did average 14 points a game. Here's Kayla King. Wow. Well, you'd be remiss to find a smoother shot than Kayla King.
Yeah, and a great play by the freshman, Samaya Suffren, to create that opening in transition. George, she sees it every day when Georgia Amoore does it, and she mimicked her. That's a good person to copy.
Well, meanwhile, HCU still trying to find its first bucket here in the second quarter. Bouncing in low, does this time. The freshman creates some space.
Clara Strack.
Her game really reminds you of Liz Kitley as a freshman.
Right.
Not quite as big.
And Virginia Tech able to get it off of the foul. And if you're Clara Strack, that's really not, that's an unenviable position, Mac, because you're the next big after Liz Kitley. That's a really high expectation to live up to.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, she has a year to play with Liz Kitley and watch everything she does, including her work ethic, which is just amazing. And the amount of time she spends not only in the film room, but on the floor working on her craft.
Harley Wenzel back into the game for the Hokies. Here's Amoore. She creates some space as well. Offensive board. Kitley amongst 3 defenders wins that battle. And one.
Liz Kitley. She was fouled on the shot with a 10-point free throw. That foul on number 11. Joe Holly.
It's just really fun to watch. She just keeps working. Look at her, patient. Goes after it again, up through the contact.
And completes the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Hasn't missed a free throw this year.
Well, Huskies still looking for a bucket here. No points so far in the second quarter. Hokies have 26. Trying to break that streak, and does, thanks to Matati.
And the left-hander usually plays that high post area, but got open in the short corner. Nice little left-handed jumper.
Kitley with a rare 3. She can do that too, ladies and gentlemen.
First attempt of the year. Hasn't missed a 3, hasn't missed a free throw this season.
There's a long 3. And Virginia Tech will get the ball back. Well, she didn't hesitate to take that, Mac.
No, and shoots them regularly in practice.
Well, we saw her right here. Let's see if she was going to do it again.
Yeah, she may pop back on this right here.
Here we go again. Can she go 2 for 2? A bit of a heat check there. A rare one from beyond the arc for Liz Kitley.
Percentage dropped 50%.
Oof. A tough day. Wow.
Wow, great shot. McGuire says, yell air ball at me. I'll knock this thing down.
Got to give it to McGuire. The tenacity's still there with a game that really has gotten out of hand early for the Huskies, but the guard still giving it her all here in the first half. This time Kitley from the free throw line. Easy work.
Liz Kitley.
Second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Well, backing up now with 8 on the shot clock. Look at Wenzel. Here comes McGuire. Got it. That's an impressive shot. Georgia Amoore with another heave. Oh, almost a repeat of what we saw against Iowa. That is in an impressive first half for Virginia Tech. 61-23. Hokies up, would expect, but then there in that second quarter, it's really where the game had a huge gap, 31-7.
Yeah, Virginia Tech turned up the defense and really for about the first 8 minutes of the second quarter held the Huskies scoreless.
Kennedy Wilson trapped near midcourt against the defense of Georgia Amoore. It's Matati now. And a Fields blocked by Eck.
Beck did a nice job of staying between her and the basket and having the presence of mind to block the shot, too, as she was falling backwards.
Off of the screen, King. Good. Everything's falling for the Hokies. Michaela King, the sharpshooter for Virginia Tech, making it now 64-23 and into double figures with 11. That's her third three of the night. Pump fake. Good shot. Matati.
Elizabeth Kitley.
Eck from the top of the key. Well, the Hokies just keep getting these open looks.
Yeah, a couple of ball screens at the top of the key by Mishaw. We've talked about how well she's played tonight. She's not going to get any stats for those two plays, but she was responsible for both of those wide open looks.
And an offensive foul.
Offensive foul called against the Huskies. Number 40, Elizabeth Kitley.
A little bit of frustration for head coach Donna Finney.
Yeah, she's still learning about her club too, and what they're going to be able to do in the Southland Conference. She knows how to win that conference. Has done it already.
Through the legs of Kitley and a turnover.
Nice job knocking that ball away inside.
And picked up by the freshman from Oklahoma in Fields. Wilson, the senior, calling a new offense. And Kennedy Wilson, Coach Finney really didn't hesitate to mention that Wilson was one of her best players. Here's another one here in D. Collins. Down low, Mishaw. Coming up with a free throw right after this.
Little high-low look. Usually Kitley's on the receiving end. This time she's the passer for Mishaw down low. Look at that look. Mishaw pushed her man up the lane to give her more space. Kitley with a nice touch pass over the top.
Bounces out. Well, Virginia Tech with a few new faces, making some noise already here in the second half between Eck and Mishaw. A Virginia Tech fan asked me recently, who's going to be that Taylor Soule player now in the WNBA? But Mac, if you had to look at this Virginia Tech roster and you see those two WNBA players that left last year in Kayana Traylor as well as Taylor Soule, who do you think can best replace them? And that's a very tall task as well.
Yeah, nobody. It's going to be done
answer.
by a group, and it's going to be done by completely different players with completely different skill sets. Nobody is going to be able to run the floor like those two, to be honest. But at the same time, you've got a player like Matilda Eck who can really stroke the basketball from long range consistently. And you've got Mishaw and Samuel. It's going to be done by committee.
Hokies still trying to find out who they are and certainly be encouraged here early on in the third quarter. It'll stay with HCU.
Good call. You called that before the official.
Yeah,
that was
there we go.
impressive.
I was ready.
You were. All over that thing.
I'm trying to be dialed in, Mac. I got nothing else to focus on.
Great performances of your career.
All right.
Checking in for your Hokies, number 13,
Here's Clara Strack.
Strack.
Strack getting considerably more minutes here. He's got 6 so far. That ball just refused to roll out.
Wow.
That was pretty bizarre.
Kayla King ran a little point guard. I imagine Georgia Amoore might be on the receiving end of this. There it is, two-man game. Amoore and Kitley.
Stay with the Hokies.
The three veterans combining right there to execute that play.
Wow.
Call.
Lots of experience between those three.
Checking for your Hokies, number 1.
And Kitley, King, and Amoore, but another recurring theme. Those are the main returners and really the only returners. Everyone else is new. From the elbow.
That's good two-man basketball. Pass directly into the post. Amoore cuts off, creates a little help, kicks it to Kitley, who is wide open. Seldom does she miss when she's wide open.
12th assists for Georgia Amoore. And you talk about unselfish basketball. 12 assists. I mean, that is just the epitome of not being selfish.
Yeah, and it's for someone who can get their shot anytime they want.
Amoore's a player that came off of a 31-point performance. She had 7 threes against Iowa. So far in this one, she's just attempted 7 shots. Moving screen called against the Hokies.
Offensive foul against the Hokies. It's on number 13, Clara Strack.
So it goes on Strack.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Kennedy Wilson turns around. Tilda Eck. Trying to make it Georgia Amoore's 13th assist.
Yeah, I thought she had it. She created that shot.
Wilson off of the backboard. A loose ball corralled by Amoore. What a bounce. Kitley. No foul call. Give it up from Matati. And bringing us to a break.
We have an official timeout on the floor.
73-25. Hokies dominating in this one. Kitley leading the way with 23. In their success here in the last couple of years, and started out in the NAIA back down at Reinhardt and Weber International.
Yeah, she's got quite the story, and she is, like we talked about earlier, she's helped so many international coaches, you know, stay over here, get over here, find employment.
There's Carly Wenzel. Virginia Tech shooting almost lights out here. 30 for 46, 65%. And continuing there from the freshman from Buffalo.
Back-to-back baskets for the freshman. Little short corner jumper and then a post move over the left shoulder. She's got a lot of skills, Bailey.
And look at that, a career high in assists, 13, make it 14 assists. That's the most in Virginia Tech history in a game. 14, snapping the record held by Shanette Hicks back on November 30th.
She was on track for 28 at the end of the first quarter. She might get there too, though.
Yeah, a lot of game left to be played, but that was a record that stood all the way back. Like ACC Big Ten Challenge back in 2017 on November 30th. Strack will go to the line for a bonus.
Freshman with back-to-back-to-back. The three-peat.
Clara Strack potentially be a name that Hokie fans can remember.
She will be. Mark it down. She's got good skills, athletic, really competitive.
Number 12, Samaya Suffren.
Samaya Suffren adding some energy off of the bench for the Hokies. $15 assists now. Georgia Amoore, 15.
Nice move, but X size bothered Collins that time.
Kiss off the glass for Ackman.
That's what we were talking about in the open. You know, everybody knows that she can really shoot the three, but she can make plays off the dribble, get to the rim.
Well, the Hokies now 7 points above what is now known in Blacksburg as the Bojangles biscuit margin. So everybody here, if the Hokies score over 75 points, Mac, they get a free sausage biscuit at Bojangles the next day.
I'll see you later.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Some valuable time for some of the freshmen to get some looks. Carly Wenzel has ran the point a few times tonight. Strack. Oh, the freshman's been red hot in the third quarter.
And she's contributed in each game. Like you said, just didn't get a lot, only got less than a minute against Iowa in Charlotte.
Now she's got 15 and is, how about this, Max? 7 for 7 from the field.
That's about as good as you can do.
Yeah.
It's like you in trivia.
Well, I've been slacking lately. Have you been playing those immaculate grids? Have you? You'd say,
no,
that'd be weird, right? But it's cool to like, yeah, there we go. Almost another one for Strack.
Doesn't count as a miss, though.
Houston Christian foul is on number 12, Amy Cotton, her first personal foul.
Well, Strack stays
15th
perfect
foul.
from the field. Summiel comes in.
Checking in for your Hokies, number 20, Olivia
Another big
Summiel.
lineup out here with Strack and Baker and Summiel.
Huskies, number 11, Joe Ollie. At the line, number
One of
13,
the
Clara
freshmen
Strack,
at the
shooting
line
two.
here, and Clara Strack, one of 6 newcomers in the freshman spot for the Hokies. 4 seniors, 3 of them grad students.
The 6 freshmen, 4 of them have played and done well here tonight, and a couple that might be doing the red shirt thing.
That's another thing to think about in the upcoming years of every college sport is the fact that nobody has that COVID year anymore.
This will be the last year.
This will be the last year of it. So it's almost expecting that, these athletes can be here for 6 to 7 years seemingly, but that is a thing of the past coming up.
I really have heard a lot more people talking about 5 years to play 5. And you think about how it's affected college athletics. Think about the 5th-year quarterbacks. This has been an incredible year for quarterbacks, and almost all of them are 5th-year players.
Right.
There's some, like J.T. Daniels, are 6th-year players.
Yeah.
At least.
Now, Liz Kitley and Kayla King came in here in 2019. And I was thinking about what was happening in 2019, even how much the world has changed, and then you just zoom in on Virginia Tech women's basketball. A lot of that has changed as well, so especially the success way more magnified at this point.
One thing that hadn't changed is Kenny Brooks making this program better year in and year out.
Houston Christian foul on number 3.
A big run to the Final
Aaron
Four.
McGuire, that is her first personal foul.
Has not only gotten a lot of momentum around this program as far as the recruiting for Kenny Brooks and the transfers that have come in. When you just look around here at Cassell, there are a lot of people here in a game that really was out of hand in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's the same nationally. You've got folks like Notre Dame and South Carolina playing in Paris. You've got huge matchups all over the country, and you've got Colorado knocking off a team like LSU. There's a lot of momentum for women's college basketball.
The stars are there. The sport has star power.
Oh, God. Paige Becker, Caitlin Clark, on and on.
I mean, even in Blacksburg, when you see Liz Kitley and Georgia Amoore introduce at a public event, it's like the Beatles showing up to Shea Stadium here in Blacksburg with the amount of noise that they bring.
You don't remember the Beatles, man.
What do you mean? I watch documentaries.
Black and white. Oh,
Yeah.
black and white documentaries.
Yeah. I mean, what am I supposed
The Beatles.
What am I supposed to compare it to? Things I know. I mean, I guess Taylor Swift showing up. Here we go. There's back-to-back broadcasts of us for getting her mentioned.
You said you'd get it in there.
Yeah, there we go. No good, and ending the third stanza here. 88-29, all Virginia Tech from the jump here in Black. We're really going to miss Eric, and I don't know why we were all smiling in that golf picture, because there might have been a combined score of 387 between me, Evan, and Eric. Gibby probably shot a 76. There's a 3 for Matilda.
Matilda and 4-3.
Another turnover. So, Mac, with a game that is this lopsided, and you're Virginia Tech, and you can ask the same for HCU coming up here, but if you're Virginia Tech, what do you think Kenny Brooks is getting out of this game?
Well, right now he's getting to see different combinations. He's getting to see his young players get extended minutes and see who can perform against other competition. Not going to have this luxury later on, and this is what the non-conference is for. Yeah, you want to challenge yourself, but you also want to have some success, and you want to see everybody get a chance to play.
Kayla King still chucking it up for the Hokies. Ollie needs some help.
And really, Coach Finney's doing the same thing.
Yeah, for HCU, you come into this game knowing that it was going to be potentially one of the biggest upsets in college sports if you could come away with a win, but obviously still trying to get some sort of experience. And this is a HCU team that has a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, but again, they won't see anything any better than this. But yes, they need to be prepared for that. But everything in a one-bid league, you want to be good in March. It doesn't matter what you do now. You want to build toward being your best in March.
You look back, just almost makes it unfair if you win the you win the conference regular season and then just come up short in the tournament, and then all of a sudden, instead of the big dance, you're in the WNIT, which is still nothing to sniff at, but for real,
yeah,
just such a tough draw there.
Such is the life of a mid-major.
Wow. Follow through was perfect for Georgia Amoore. Now she's in double figures. There's a double-double for her.
Yeah, I think that's the last we're going to see of Georgia Amoore. She better shoot it before a dead ball if she wants to get another shot up.
It's a complete shift change coming up for the Huskies as well.
Georgia with 10 points, 16 assists. School record?
Yes.
As you said.
Now, the previous record was 13.
Jeanette Hicks.
A bit too short there for Wenzel.
Checking in for the Huskies, number 0, Indian McGuire, number 5, Kennedy Wilson.
A couple more players jogging on. See if this will be the freshman the rest of the way out.
Number 40, Elizabeth Kitley. For your Hokies, number 10.
Got 3 freshmen out there.
Clara Strack, number 13, Clara Strack.
Transfer and 1 holdover, Kayla King, to keep these youngsters straight.
Yeah, Kayla King making the decision to come back, with Liz Kitley also coming back. And you think that both of these players that have been together for so long, that they potentially make that decision based on one another. And when you ask them about it, it's like, no, we didn't actually. We didn't really talk to each other about it because we knew to respect each other's decision, because it was such a big one that they have to make it for themselves without any sort of influence from each other. I'll tell you what, though, the Hokie fans here in Cassell Coliseum certainly are happy they decided to come back for another season.
Yeah, and, it certainly didn't hurt them any that they were all very good friends.
Her third personal foul. Checking in for your Hokies, number 20.
Kayla King last year in that season opener lit it up with 9 3-pointers. 4th in Virginia Tech history and career 3-point field goals made.
Led the ACC last year in 3-point percentage. And it's developed into one thing. When you saw her as a freshman, you weren't weren't sure about, her defensive skills, but she has developed into one of the better perimeter defenders in the league and has just worked on it, not only on the floor, but off the floor, watching video day after day.
Here's McGuire. Now, I'm glad at halftime you explained to me who the McGuire sisters, which is, I believe, a trio of singers, were.
Back in the 60s.
It's very nice to learn something. King again. Not so friendly of a roll off of the rim. I'll have to check them out on Spotify.
Oh, you'll enjoy them.
Okay.
Turn them up.
Shot clock down to 10.
Nice harmonies, like you and me.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I wonder if that comparison has ever been made. Mac and Bailey, they're just like the McGuire sisters. First time that sentence has ever been uttered in the history of humanity.
We're certainly not the Beatles. We know that.
And a walk called on Wenzel.
Wenzel, she has some facial expressions. You always know what Carly Wenzel is thinking. She's out there. You got 4 freshmen and Samuel on the floor now. All 4 freshmen that are playing.
Samaya Suffren got a few quick buckets here in the first half. The Hokies trying to hit the century mark.
Coming up with an opportunity here.
Toddy.
Very nice. She's had a couple of mid-range jumpers with a hand in her face. Junior out of Irving, Texas.
Yeah, she's now 3 for 5 from the field, and no shot has been easy to come by for HCU. So got to give it to her. She has fought hard for those buckets. Here's Strack with a right hand following her shot.
Missed her first shot, but got it back. Stayed with it, 19 points, 6 rebounds already in just 16 minutes.
Wow. There's Matati again, see if she challenges the freshman. She does, comes up empty, rebound Samuel.
Matati with that left hand, sometimes that's an advantage in the post.
Offensive foul.
And that'll be an offensive foul on the Hokies. On a break, 3:33 left, and the Hokies up 100-31. An impressive showing in Blacksburg.
Do it.
I'm so far away from home, so they're very happy to see that Matilda is happy. Guys?
Oh, thanks, Kendall. It's feeling like you got to tuck your shirt in.
Yeah, I like that. She has a presence about her, huh?
Well, Matilda performing well tonight for the Hokies, has 11, 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. 6 Hokies in double figures. All of the starters. And then off the bench, Clara Strack with 19.
Yeah, that's one of the more amazing stats. And, of course, Georgia Amoore with the school record 16 assists. And just so many. Strack 19.7 rebounds in 17 minutes. Liz Kitley had a mundane 23 and 6.
Well, the Hokies have not scored more than 105 here in this building.
That's in danger.
Yeah, it is in danger. Oh, Strack, this time the pass goes off of the noggin. It was interesting going back to one of those earlier hits by Kendall, that Virginia Tech coming off of a good season, it's hard to schedule games.
Yeah, and when you get good, see, the other good teams don't want to play you, and you may not want to play them. You know, mid-major teams, don't want to play you. Bad teams don't want to get beat this bad. And then it gets down to guarantee games and games put together for television or neutral site games where people are going to go, like the Caymans, like the Lady Hokies are going to be too.
Yeah, going down to the Cayman Islands on November 24th and 25th.
A couple of good games down there.
And then coming back stateside down to Baton Rouge. A rematch against Kim Mulkey's squad. Harris Baker.
Yeah, Hokies and LSU played a great game in the national semifinals last year. Hokies led late in that game. LSU goes on to the title.
Foul called.
That game in Baton Rouge could be a preview of a March game also.
Right.
That is her second personal foul.
LSU bouncing back with a couple of non-conference victories after that shocking loss to Colorado.
Colorado was a Sweet 16 team a year ago, but such high expectations in Baton Rouge for that group they put together down there with one of the best freshmen in the country, Haley Van Lith, one of the best transfers in the country, in addition to the returnees from that championship team.
Right.
And Kim Mulkey, who knows something about national championships too, as a player and as a coach.
Yeah, why didn't you wear shirts like her when you coached?
I didn't have that shop that she has down there.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul against Hokies on number 12. Samaya suffering her second personal foul.
So Tech taking on UNC Greensboro on Monday. Pretty big swing of games for the Hokies. Then Kansas and Tulane, followed by LSU. Coming back here to take on LIU.
We'll be here on the call again on Monday?
Yes, we will.
Big weekend in Virginia Tech sports. Football, men's basketball, women's basketball.
Yeah, that men's basketball game will be interesting. Mike Young taking on his former team. Wofford coming to town.
Reunion tour.
Of course, when you ask him about it, he said, "Oh, I was at Wofford 30 years, and now Sunday it's just another game."
Fourth personal foul.
Yeah, as they were moving to Division II, to Division I, and into the Southern Conference, that was like my last 2 years at Chattanooga.
1 minute remaining.
They've played some tough ball games so far this year, the Terriers.
Had a good outing against Tennessee. Ended up losing by 21, but it was a much more competitive game.
Summiel, offensive board. See if Strack can throw the ball back out, and she does. And there it is, a Cassell record for Virginia Tech points scored as a team. Equals it at 105.
The freshman Strack makes the century mark, and then Suffern ties the record. Future for Virginia Tech basketball looks pretty good, Bailey.
Yeah. So it could be the largest margin of victory here for the Hokies as well. McGuire, a big-time three.
She's made some really tough shots. The only player in double figure for the Huskies.
That is it. A more than impressive showing for Virginia Tech. 105-36. What a win for the Hokies. And really, Mac,